I'm going to go ahead and work through some of these problems. If it gets a little shaky, sorry, they moved my table in here. So I'm kind of doing this in the air. So just as a quick review, this is an AND problem because we can reread 3b minus 7 is greater than negative 7 and less than or equal to 20. So one way is to solve it as it is. So I get 0 less than or equal to 3b less than or equal to 27. Divide by 3. This is 0. Don't make your sign disappear just because there's a 0. So to graph that, if it's between 0 and 9, you can kind of just say, okay, I know it's between 0 and 9. I'm going there, filling that in. If you're confused, you can split this up and read this way, b is greater than or equal to 0, and then read this way, b is less than or equal to 9. And so for AND, we're talking about the overlap of the lines. So the overlap of the lines is where they is going between those two. Okay, so this one already is split up because it's two different inequalities. You couldn't write this as a single compound one yet until you solve it. So we're just going to solve each one individually. I'm going to subtract 6, divide by 2. And over here, I believe that was a negative 6. Divide by 6. Don't change the inequality because you have a negative. Change when you divide by a negative. So this is AND. And so I like to take my two numbers and put them on the number lines down here. So negative 8, negative 3. And then just graph each individual one, and we're going to see if they overlap. So W is greater than or equal to negative 8. W is less than 3. So that's going to keep going that way. That's going to keep going that way. The place they overlap is between the 3 and then bigger from the negative 8. So it's just that shaded part. That's generally how the AND ones end up. There's some tricky ones sometimes from there. Okay, let's jump over and do an OR with a fraction. So n minus 3 is less than negative 9, or n divided by 9 is greater than or equal to 1. Now these fraction equations are still getting some of you. You need to figure this out. I'm going to solve this one by adding 3. N is less than negative 6. Now here I am dividing by 9, so I'm going to multiply by 9. When I multiply by 9, I don't get 9n. Just get n. So now I have two different things. I'm still going to do the same steps I did with my other one. I'm going to put a negative 6, and I'm going to put a 9. N is less than negative 6, so arrow going to the left. N is greater than or equal to 9, arrow going to the right. And your final answer is everything from both. So everything here, everything here. Do one more fraction one here with an OR. Subtract 1. So I'm going to subtract 1. I need to multiply by 2. That's not 2p. I multiply by 2 and I get 2's cancel out. So p is less than or equal to 8. Over here, add 5. Divide by 10. So p is greater than 5. So again, it's an OR, so we're taking everything. As you get good at these, you might not need all the number lines, but there's my 5, there's my 8. So I'm greater than 5. Well, let's go less than or equal to 8. We'll do that first, which is that way. And I'm greater than 5. 5 is here, greater than 5 is that way. So I have an arrow going that way and an arrow going that way. Since this is an OR problem, my solution would be the whole number line, all real numbers. If this was an AND problem, then it would be the overlap, but it's everything that's on there. Also known as all reals.